Hello everybody, welcome to On a Wing and a Prayer 2023. So we're going to stop for a little bit, we're going to look at last year and just reflect over everything we've done.
Yeah, so we're just on our way towards New Year, and obviously New Year is the time of the year when everybody looks back and reflects. So I hope that you've had a good year, and we're going to share some of our thoughts and feelings of our year that's just gone.
But before we do that, we just would really like to say a mega thank you to everybody who's supported us over the past 2 years. And I'd like to say especially over the last couple of weeks, being away from home from Christmas can sometimes be a bit daunting, but you've sent us so much love in texts and phone calls and messages that I just want to say thank you so very much.
It's been good, very good hearing from all of you. Thank you for taking the time.
A little bit of history now. So, On a Wing and a Prayer has been, we've been journeying for 2 years, but in that time we've managed to put out 94 videos. Mr. A publishes them every single week and puts them out there. So I'd like to say thank you, Mr. A. Despite the traumas we go through, you're on the ball with the videos, and that's brilliant. And so far we've collected 277 subscribers, which is also phenomenal when at first it was just for family and friends. So thank you again very much. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I have a big desire to get to 400 by June. I don't think it's going to happen, but hey ho, prove me wrong. And then the most phenomenal thing of all is the viewers that we've had. How many viewers have we had of those 94 videos?
24,000, how many? 300? 700, sorry.
24,700 people have watched the videos. So thank you very much for journeying with us.
So the ways that we're planning on doing this vlog is to say where we were and to split the year up into quarters.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. So at the moment we're actually in Bulgaria, and that's where we set our year from last year. We were in a place called Bernese, or anyone who's ever been there, it's a place called Sunny Beach. And we were there to show the fireworks going off, and we had some sparklers, and we wished everybody a happy 2023. And this year we're going to like to say happy 2024
in Bernese again.
Well, hopefully. If not, we'll like to say it now.
Yeah. In Bulgaria, at least it's in Bulgaria.
In Bulgaria. And then the first place that we went from Bulgaria is we spent we thought we were only going to spend a short time in Turkey, and we went over the border, went into Turkey. We thought at first it was going to be really difficult, and to be honest, what a country. I think out of all of them, that was probably our favourite, wasn't it?
And funnily enough that we both really liked it. So we ended up staying in Turkey for our full 3 months of Schengen that we were allowed, so that was the 90 days. And so we'll talk you through the highs and lows of Turkey. Absolutely loads of highs about Turkey. So we've had a big brainstorm and we've narrowed them down to what we each thought was a high and what we both thought was a high. So my first high had to be a literal high, and it was a hot air balloon in Cappadocia. I still get so giddy and excited thinking that I did that. It was the most beautiful, memorable experience that I've ever done, and I hope to go back to Cappadocia, and if the price is right, I'd very much like you to join me.
Would love to go this time. Yeah, I think I really missed out last time.
Yeah, it would be very special. So one of your highs, Mr. A?
Right, well, what really spoke to me about Turkey, and it's really weird, I think I'd said it before, is that after years and years of looking at the Bible and what have you, not realising that most of it was written around Turkey. So we really enjoyed Ephesus. Ephesus was the place just came to life, and you could really feel the early Christian era of Ephesus. So yes, I enjoyed that.
Lovely. As much as it was the places, for me the diversity of the places was just amazing. You had history, you had mountains, seas, loads and loads of landscape where there was just nobody, so you could actually go off track and just get lost in. It was beautiful, absolutely stunning. Even near to the main tourist attractions, if you just went, say, 20 or 30 kilometres outside of those, there is still beautiful little villages there. So I would encourage anybody, if you've not booked your holidays this year, book Turkey and try and go to a few different places in Turkey.
Yeah, I think the thing with Turkey is it is so diverse and so different. And it really is a lovely country to go and see, and don't just end up going to the normal seasidey places that people go to, because there's so much. And this year we're going to go back into Turkey.
We are definitely.
Yeah, and we're going to hopefully visit some of the places that we haven't been before. Well, one of the exciting places that I also enjoyed was a zoo that was free of charge. And the only stipulation for people with a van was that they had to be married.
Don't know whether they checked it out, but hey ho, it was quite a Muslim country.
Yeah, and
So-
that was the start of actually really, in a sense, of seeing people's generosity, of people knocking on the door and giving us food and various different things, sharing with us. But the zoo was actually quite fantastic as well. It was brilliant.
Yeah, I think you've just touched on it, but so as well as the places, it had to be the people. One downside, as Ian's just mentioned, was about the Muslims. 5 times a day, the call to prayer was quite oppressive, really. But the hearts of the people are bar none. You know, the Turkish people welcomed us with open arms, and even those who had nothing, we had families living in tiny caravans, still knocked on our doors and gave us food, invited us to barbecues. So I'm really looking forward to getting back and just being with the Turkish people.
I think one of the other interesting things of Turkey was that we met some really good friends that we've stayed friends with, Nikki and Neil. We also met Alice.
Yes.
What a star. Yeah. And we did meet quite a few people out there. The thing is with Bulgaria is they don't tend to do a lot of van stuff. So once we got out to Turkey and we started seeing motorhomes and things out on the road, we started getting a bit excited, didn't we? Because you could start meeting people again. And it's just that meeting people out on the road that's really, really quite exciting, isn't it?
Makes it special. There was a couple of lows about Turkey, and both of us agreed the same lows. For me, it was the packs of dogs, huge packs of dogs, and some of them were enormous. And of course, there was the danger with Dillilah. A couple of times we nearly came a cropper, especially at dusk. We took a wrong turn one time going back to the van, ended up in some sand dunes, and there was literally 30 dogs just circling around us. Luckily we had a selfie stick which we could expand, we had the dog lead we could swing, just to scare them off, but your eyes were everywhere watching us. As one ran away, another one came from another direction. So the packs of dogs particularly very, very scary. Not looking forward to that again. A nice walk turns into a bit of a mission really, and it can be quite unsettling taking Dillilah.
Yeah, although those dogs are actually looked after by people, they actually go out onto the streets and feed them and what have you. It's just when they get together as a whole pack and you see somebody new.
I think the problem as well is a lot of the charities feed them, but they don't actually get them neutered, so they just breed and the packs become bigger and stronger.
And then one of the other things was the van had a couple of problems while we were out in Turkey. There was once when the clutch went, or the clutch pressure plate went, and there was a gentleman who took us to a garage to get it sorted out. And that was the time when also one of the other problems was that the earthquake happened last year while we was actually in that garage getting sorted. So there was the clutch, there was the earthquake, and we had a flat tyre that had to get sorted as well. So there was a couple of things that went on the vehicle.
Nothing compared to the earthquake. When you spoke to families who had lost lots and lots of their families, it just was unbelievable.
Oh, it was totally devastating, wasn't it? I mean, even the lad who was sorting the van out for us, he, even though he got back in touch with us to ask us about getting the van sorted and for paying it and everything, he kept in communication with us, but he'd gone back to where the earthquake epicentre was, and he'd lost part of his family. So,
and that was just talking to the people on the Turkish side, let alone those on the Syrian side. So that was just a devastation.
Good morning. For the second part of the vlog, we've brought you to our local park, and this is the part where people also come to collect water. Over there's a water fountain, and you can see people gather it because it's got healing minerals. The thing I like about the park is the birds. So there's a load of tree creepers, and we've seen some woodpeckers as well. And Dillilah loves it too.
And there's water over there as well, isn't there?
So we shall crack on with this morning's vlogging.
So we're looking at what we did between April and May, and that was another country. So when we'd finally got out of Turkey, where we had trouble in Gallipoli, we finally moved over towards Turkey because we had a destination, and the destination was to get to Athens because we were meeting your mum.
We did. So we embarked on Greece, and Greece was a much bigger country than we expected. We only did a very small portion of Greece, so our hope is definitely to go back there and journey more. So let's look at the highlights of Greece, Mr. A.
Well, the highlight, one of the highlights of Greece was obviously seeing your mother.
Aww.
That was nice. Oh, it makes the world a difference when people get the effort to come out.
It does, it's lovely.
It grounds us, I think. And I liked Athens, although it was a very, very busy place. I think you go and visit Athens once in your lifetime.
And you've done it.
And we've done that, and that was really
yeah.
That was good.
For me, it was the amount of park-ups. I mean, if you're looking for somewhere to camp or go in Greece, there are so many park-ups. It's unbelievable. Still water laid on, not electricity like in Germany, but then the sun's that good, you've got your solar. But yeah, loads and loads of different diverse park-ups.
A lot of them free as well.
Yeah, most of them. Yeah.
I think, just harping back to the last parts of the vlog, Turkey was like that though. It had quite a few free park-ups. So.
Any other goods, Mr. A?
Goods? Well, obviously...
Are you paying attention, Mr. A?
Sorry, Dilla's going round and round in circles.
So one of the other highs for me was the thermal pools. They were complete novelty. So I don't know if you remembered, we stopped at a place and the whole river was the same temperature all the way along. That was really, really exciting.
Well, meeting them people who'd driven out to do the Spartan reenactment was
Yes.
quite good as well.
Hello, boys, if you're still watching.
Yeah. So yes, the thermal pools were absolutely lovely, and one of the other things that we said were familiar shops. They have Aldi and Lidl again, so we could taste some of the things that we've been missing.
Yeah, Turkey, some of their shops, they said supermarket, it was somebody's double garage really, so we were glad to get back to normality for food.
So looking at Greece, we found a couple of the lows were the price of travelling was quite expensive. Everywhere you went, well, we went on the tolls because the roads at the side seemed to just take you off into mountains or something. So we wanted the easiest way to get to places. And the other thing was that on their, if you call them motorways or the toll roads that they were on, they didn't have any petrol garages. So we had to come off every now and again in order to find a garage. So finding garages in Greece is quite difficult.
So April was Greece. We stayed there a month, which was nowhere near long enough. And we thought we'd given ourselves ages to travel back. And that was the month of May. And in the month of May, we travelled through 9 countries to get back. And these are the countries: Albania, Montenegro, Croatia, Hungary, Austria, Germany, Luxembourg, Slovakia, France, and the 10th country then, England. So that was one heck of a lot of travelling, and I'll be honest, it wasn't that wonderful. We really felt like we were pushing and pushing just to get back in time.
So on the last leg of the journey, when we came back to England, we had to get back in order to get the van MOT'd. We gave ourselves 2 weeks, and they happened to find something wrong with it. And the reason that we gave it 2 weeks is that we had the Cider and Sausage Festival booked, which we have been to every year for about the last 4 or 5 years. And we really wanted to go to it, so we booked it before we left, and it was very touch and go about whether we would actually get to the Cider and Sausage Festival, but we got there, so that was good.
And then the next important reason to get back was our son's wedding to Siobhan. So that was a really spectacular day. Loads and loads of love, happy memories, family all together, and yeah, just relaxed, but very, very beautiful. Food was amazing. Everything. It was just perfect, wasn't it?
Well, absolutely. I mean, even meeting somebody, 2 friends out in Croatia, and Angela and Bob, and they came and did the photographs during the whole day, so the whole day went off absolutely perfect.
A room filled with love. So then after that we decided to spend time with the whole family. So we spent lots of weekends taking different grandchildren on holiday, going for days out with them, camping and different things, and made some beautiful, beautiful memories. Oh, they grow up so very, very quickly.
Yeah, I know it was quite difficult during them periods because we were taking them all to the same places. So you can only vlog Gulliver's World so many times. But we took each one of them to Gulliver's World. We went to, we also went to see Mackenzie up in Fleetwood, and so we were dotting about all over the place.
So it did get quite tiring spending so much time, not giving, but just from being very, very quiet, just the 2 of us, to suddenly being with a lot of family. We did take time out as well, and we went to Yorkshire and did some touring around Yorkshire. Oh, I think people are doing quad biking up here now. So what we're going to do that now is some of the highs, some of the lows. Okay, lows of England, Mr. A.
Oh, the lows of England.
We'll start with the lows.
Right. Well, there was a time when we went to Carnarvon and the water pump went. That was a bit dodgy. A couple of the lows of England were really to do with the van, because we went to get a second MOT on the van after the van had finally passed, with it having a few modifications done on it. And then it
put us back 17 days basically to get it fixed.
Yeah, so and then when we took it in so that we could get the full MOT before we left again, it failed again, and that really set us back. But thank goodness, like, we were able to have a place to stay up at these.
Lows for me, the rotten weather. It never stopped raining. Days and days of just grey. It actually got me down. I've forgotten how awful it is. Even when the rain stops, there's like no weather. It's just greyness. There's no wind, there's no sun, there's nothing. It's just days and days of grey. Hated it.
I know. Part of the reason why we wanted to go to the Cider and Sausage Festival is that it's always been the hottest days of the year. We haven't been there, but it absolutely... Well, it did rain a couple of times while we were there. So
that took us right the way through to November, and in November we left again.
November, we finally got the go-ahead with the van, and on the same day that we got the go-ahead of the van, we were all packed and ready to go, and we brought Merle out with us, which seemed like the easiest way of sorting it out. And a friend of ours actually had a house in Germany which they allowed us to go to, and so for all of us it was really exciting. And then Adam and Siobhan, the newlyweds, came out and we met them, so we had to drive all the way from England through.
And so we were very quickly flying towards the end of the year. And since we've been in the bus, I don't really want this vlog to end on a low, but we've had one problem after the other. So first the MOT failed, then we had a pop tyre, then we had a broken windscreen, then we had the damp. And we've only been out 2 months.
And we've just had another one. The water pump looks as though it's gone.
But we'll tell you about that next week. So I don't want to end on a low. We are going to end on a high and say...
Well, we are. It's beautiful. Look at this.
On a high at the top of a mountain. So we're going to end on a high and say...
So we've got... we're going to end this vlog on a high by saying a very happy and blessed 2024 to each one of you.
And please join us in next week's vlog, because we have the most exciting news to share with you. 2024, we're going to be doing some things very, very different.